Nayo yalan di pamo, kuri buku junu. Nayo kugi yalan di, yedin di, babarum pamananjir.
If I can first just start off by an acknowledgement of country, I'd like to invite Robert Barrero to the microphone.
Thank you very much, Les, for inviting me up here. And I just have the distinct pleasure and honor on behalf of Chief Dwayne Perry of the Ramapola Nape people, who are part of the original peoples of this area. This area of Manhattan was shared between various tribes, but the Munsee Lenape people were the original traditional owners of the area. So on behalf of Chief Perry, he's asked a very good friend of ours to graciously come and give a welcome. We have Miss Irene Bedard here this morning. Irene is a well-known actress. She's also an advocate, an incredible environmentalist and spokesperson on behalf of Indigenous peoples. And so we welcome her here this morning to give you the welcome.
Good morning, my name is Irene Bedard. I'm also named Godairuk, which means one who dropped. I'm originally from Alaska. I'm a Nubek and Yupik and Cree. And welcome to Unfinished Business. I am here to congratulate you on behalf of Chief Perry. It is our great pleasure that you are here with us, and that we can extend this invitation of our hands coming out, and because we are all connected, we are all of one mother, and it is very, very amazing that we have been making these incredible connections worldwide with Indigenous people. Very proud and honored to be here. Koyana, thank you.
My name is Les Melzer. For those who don't know, I'm from Australia as an Aboriginal person. I'm with the Gubbi Gubbi Butchulla peoples in Australia, which is on the east coast. I officially serve as the co-chair of the National Congress of Australia's First Peoples. And in fact, I've been in New York for a few months now because I have taken up the offer to work as one of the two Indigenous advisors to the President of the General Assembly. Thank the welcome to the country from the representatives of the traditional owners of the area. Again, thank Cameron also for his cultural performance representing Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples of Australia. As you're aware, this is a display called Unfinished Business, which is to bring greater awareness and understanding of the situation of Indigenous persons with disabilities, and particularly in the Australian situation. But in many ways, I think the intention is for the display and information you have to do the talking. So it's a very, very powerful presentation. And this is bringing to you stories from Aboriginal Torres Strait Islander people, people who have disabilities and present their own messages and stories in a very powerful fashion. You know, my father is a paraplegic, laid up in bed after a stroke. My granddaughter is visually and hearing impaired. She's only 2 years old, and we don't know if she'll develop better on that, but she has a different. You know, I have my cousins have children who are autistic, etc., etc. So I sort of started to realise, well, it's all around, and I have very personal and direct involvement with people with disabilities. But as is in my experience, and I don't know, maybe in all of your experiences, that we don't see that. We don't see the disabilities. We see the person, and we see how we relate to the persons. For example, I have disabilities, but I have the ability to hide them from you. You probably won't find them. But some people can't go through life and not have their disabilities being seen and being known. It's just a case of what is equality and tolerance and so on, and dealing with people as they are and not seeing them as being in any way lessened or disadvantaged because of these things. So I just wanted to make that as a personal comment before we proceed on. So at this stage I will introduce Uncle John Baxter, who's going to present you with some words.
My name is John Baxter. I'm a Lachi Narunga man. Well, firstly, thank you very, very kindly for taking the time to come over today and to share with us with the just learning and hearing about the exhibition and the project, and really a little bit about our lives too. I'm very, very fortunate to have travelled all around Australia. However, today I'm halfway around the world. I can't believe it. I'm in New York City. And I truly feel privileged that we have been welcomed by Chief Perry, and so thank you very, very kindly for that. Can also pay my respects and thank very kindly Uncle Les, Chairperson, National Congress, Australia's First People. Uncle, without your help, your support, your care for the project, we wouldn't have been able to have today. So I'm very, very grateful for that. For the people at Australia Mission, the lovely folk working here at the Museum of Tolerance, who've also helped out as well. Australia, for many, many years, has been known as the lucky country. However, it is really only lucky for some. The work I do, I assist and support in an advocacy role. Members of the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander community, and especially those with disability. We have a program that is slowly being rolled out throughout Australia at the moment called the National Disability Insurance Scheme. And nationally, I'm involved with the project in a consultancy role, and again able to feed back to not only our state governments but also our federal governments as well, to say, if we are serious about what we are doing, if really genuinely wanting to support Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples with disability, then we need to be able to genuinely connect with them. We need people with first-hand experience. And this is what we've seen with this amazing, amazing exhibition display. Okay, we have people that have lived experience, that have walked the journey. And I think that is very, very important. But unfortunately, whether it be in Australia or in other countries around the world, these people so often are not given a voice. The philosophy behind Aboriginal culture ensures that we, the group, the mob as we call ourselves, all get over the line together. Through this exhibition, we can inform and educate, and the goal is to change the way that we see these images as not as poor misfortunates, but as people with opportunity. Australia, the Australia I know, is a very different Australia that you see on the glossy brochures. There is tremendous disadvantage there. There is terrible racism and lack of opportunity that is based solely on the colour of your skin. I believe if we do not take a stand, if we do not continue to move forward, if I do nothing, then nothing happens. I'd also, in closing, just like to thank the creator of Unfinished Business, Belinda Mason. Through her truly inspirational, creative, artistic talent, has brought to life the stories of Australian Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples living with disability, and has truly given us a voice. Thank you very kindly.
As we come to the close of this more formal part of it, again, let us just reflect on this, and I think that's just been a great presentation here today, and it's about what we were working on the outcome document when considering the situation of dealing with our peoples with disabilities and so on. And one of the things that struck me from looking in fact, I think it's the National Disabilities Insurance Services scheme has 10 points in there. And one of the points that sort of really struck home, and I think has been there, it's been mentioned tonight in different ways today, is about that issue of double discrimination. That first off, we heard before about, they didn't even know how many Aboriginal people were in the country. They knew the sheep, the cattle, and everything else, but not how many Aboriginal people. And then amongst our people, it was only very recently that the prevalence of disability and having to be dealt with has become known and being addressed. And one thing I meant to say about my experience 35 years ago is that I'm proud of Australia in the way that it has put disabilities on the agenda and dealt with it over many decades now, but only is just getting to catch up about the situation with our peoples. And that brings me to the point that if you suffer from racism, and we have to survive inside a dominant society of always feeling some form of reservation, perhaps even shame, fear to speak up or to come forward and so on, basically to fade into the background. And so it's very hard then if a person also has a disability. Is they're not going to be confident to come forward and put the message up and have these things addressed, and so on. So it's in the outcome document in a few different places, but one of the first things we have to do about ensuring people's rights are respected is awareness, and this has just been such a great morning in terms of looking at more awareness and greater awareness. And I think for those of you who are from different countries, and particularly in New Zealand, you probably would see a lot of parallels and similarities in what was being said and done here. Then along with awareness, there needs to be the capacity. There needs to be this ability for the people to get organised, to get the voices together, to make productions like these, to basically to be able to operate and to get onto the front foot and to see things happen. And of course with that comes empowerment, and again that's one of the things in the outcome document that appears in a couple of paragraphs, is about actually empowering Indigenous peoples to deal with the challenges that we will face in terms of our self-determination and development. So again, this has all been a great exercise, and I'll now ask for the video to be rolled. But again, thank you very much for coming along, and please take the opportunity to talk. I'd like to thank the people that have come along in relation to Welcome to Country and Cameron for his presentations as well. And of course, again, another big thanks to the people who've been involved in the presentation and production. Thank you.